go against the ones. Panthers aren't expected to be resting their starters. What do you think you need to get out of this opportunity to show the Steelers that you've progressed to a point where you have earned a roster spot or even a number 2 quarterback spot?
Just go out there and do what I'm asked to do as far as leading the offense, making the right reads, most importantly, taking care of the ball. Looking forward to going to Carolina and play against some guys that are very talented. And, I've got some time to be able to play against them the last couple of years in my time in Washington, so I'm kind of familiar with their scheme and how they like to do things. So I feel like I'm pretty prepared to play.
You have to put what happened the last time you played the Panthers kind of out of your mind, your last game with Washington. Do you think about that at all going into this game?
Let me ponder that. I feel like that game really just was that was tough for me more than anything. I think the biggest thing for me going into this game was that understanding and realizing that that's not who I am now, or that's not what I was trying to be when I was playing. So I think that that game pretty much, as far as how I played, is out of my head, but I know that how I want to play something I've really been looking forward to doing because of how I played against them last time. So I'm looking forward to showcasing and doing things that I know I'm talented enough to do, and go out there and put it on film.
Yeah.
Is there a level of disappointment or frustration that you haven't gotten any reps in a game with first-team offense?
No, not really. I mean, Coach Shyman tells me I get opportunities too, and this is an opportunity to have won this game, and I feel like this is a chance for me to show what I can do and, keep getting more reps like that. So I feel if I do my job and I show that I can perform on a varsity level against varsity defenders and have the varsity guys around me, that I'll be more deserving of those reps.
When do you feel like it's been a fair opportunity for you to earn that backup job? Do you think?
I think it's all a business, so I think you have to earn the right to have those type of reps, and it's my first year here, so I think with the opportunities I do get, I got to make the most of them so that I can get more. But I don't have an expectation that I need to have varsity reps or I want to be with the ones, and if I don't have it, I'll be unhappy. I don't feel that way at all. But when I do get those reps, I look at it as an opportunity to go show why they brought me here.
How much better do you feel about the offense now as opposed to when camp started?
I feel a lot more comfortable. I think the biggest thing now is understanding how to attack schemes instead of just knowing the reads. So I think you play different teams. Sometimes the plays that you read at the beginning of camp is different when you play a different team. So I think I'm looking forward to this game, showing the ability to be able to check plays, to check protections, work second, third progressions of my plays or my progressions, and score touchdowns. So that's what I want to do.
Do you feel like that's the biggest place that you've progressed in your game, or is there something else that maybe you've worked on with Mike Sullivan that you felt like?
I think Coach Sully and Ben especially, he's so good at being able to have a second reaction play, being able to know where he's going before the snap and being able to react to it if it's not there. So I feel like when you're a young guy or you're a guy that's in offense for the first time, you're just trying to be so clean, you're trying to be so in the playbook that sometimes you can get yourself out of plays because you're trying so hard to be right. I think with Ben and then Coach Sullivan, they do a great job of being able to identify matchups, being able to identify situational football, and understanding how you want to attack a defense in certain ways and certain looks. So I feel like I've progressed in that area, and I want to show that in the game.
Was there a kind of a learning experience last week watching Ben run the offense in a game?
Yeah, for sure.
How he kind of directed things?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Ben since I was about this tall. So for me, it was kind of surreal just watching him come out there and watching him play and see how the fans were so excited to see him there and how he performed, and it kind of motivated me really to see how he got all the praise and love he did when he was out there, and then watch how he played. I try to emulate him a little bit as far as how he extends plays and how strong he is in the pocket, how all the routes are live no matter what happens in the play. So it was fun just to see it actually happen in the game, because in practice it's hard because no one really can touch him or tackle him and stuff like that. So for me to see it live, it was pretty cool.
Dwayne, if it turns out that you don't have to play this year, if you are the number 3, how do you get better? How do you sort of attack that if it turns out to be your role this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing I learned while my time in the previous regime was, stuff happened and I was a third string guy, and then I had to be able to come in and play. So I think coming into this year, whether I have to, suit up every game or whether I have to, be the clipboard guy or come in and maybe I have to start a game, is to be prepared as if I am playing. So that's what I want to do, is prepare and get ready as if I'm out there going. And then even if I get scout team reps, show team reps, reps with the offense, and be able to maximize those reps so that I'm able to go in game-like situations.
Dwayne, what areas do you feel maybe you're stronger than when you got here?
I'd probably say my confidence. I feel like being here has been a great opportunity for me to just be myself and just for me to be able to go out there and have fun. And I feel like when I do those things, it just, you see it in my play, you see it in how I operate in out the huddle, how I talk to my teammates, and I feel like it's contagious in a way where I have a lot of energy. So I feel like that's probably the biggest thing that I've grown in this area since being here, is that I feel like I'm a part of something here.
Coach Canada said that there's usually a set list of plays you guys have for certain situations. Is there a certain comfort level you have in, say, with Matt Canada than you did, say, in Washington, kind of how they go about making their quarterbacks comfortable in the game?
Well, everybody's different, and not to say I wasn't before, but I feel like Coach Canada, he coached at Maryland. He kind of knows the type of player I am. I mean, played against him in college. He recruited me in high school, so I kind of feel like he has a sense of what I do well and what I don't do well, or things that I can improve on or get better at, and he knows what to call for me in a sense of what I like, and I feel like we have great communication in that way. So just being here with Coach Canada and then the rest of the coaching staff, I feel like they do a great job of helping the players. They say that we want you to do what you have to do, so we can be able to get the best out of you when we need you to do it. So I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Have you changed anything in the way that you prepare, the way that you do kind of off the field studying or getting ready for practice, preseason games since you got here?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been the type of person, whether that was narrative or not, to watch film and stay in late, come in early, and I feel like and that's necessarily changed much as far as that aspect, but I feel like with this offense, we do a lot of different things that can exploit a defense, whether it's vertical passing, play action passes, bootleg game, RPOs, screens, all that stuff. So I think the biggest thing with me preparing is now that I think Coach Tomlin does a great job as far as giving you a scouting report of who you're playing that week. I never really had that before. As far as being able to know who was a senior analysis coach, who was a defense coordinator, who was a DB coach, what did he like to do, what techniques do the corners play, and we get that all before we even come into practice that week. So that's pretty cool to be able to have a great jump start as far as what you're looking at and what you're seeing. So I feel like that definitely prepares me to go ahead and play against Carolina.
Wait,
Last
I feel like your teammates' confidence has grown in you, and just, I don't know, being a quarterback, obviously it's a leadership role. Do you feel like you've developed that?
Yeah, I mean, I always felt like my teammates, gravitate towards me, and I feel like I have a great relationship with the guys, not only on the field but in the locker room and in the weight room, walking around. We hang out with the guys and like going to movies, or we go out to eat, get dinner, stuff like that. So I feel like there's great camaraderie as far as me and, of course, with other quarterbacks and other teammates on the team. So I'm doing my job to make sure that the guys around me know that I'm working, and they're trusting that I'm working and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I think there's no question in that.
When you mentioned the confidence has been the biggest threat since you got here, I'm curious, what has been the key to that? Is it just comfort, or is it just the environment that you're in as opposed to what you're in before? I mean, what has been the key to sort of restoring that confidence?
It's just a combination of everything. Really just trusting myself and believing in myself, and taking a lot of time to self-reflect on things, and then of course be in a situation where people around you want to see you succeed. So that's probably the biggest thing.